The information that you share about yourself online can be seen as relatively benign, but are you aware that sharing things about yourself could hurt you, even going as far as to hurting your credit score? May not be important to you now if you've never had to deal with your credit score before, but if you're going after some kind of loan, for a car, house, business, whatever, they may ask to see your credit score. And if your credit score sucks, you may not get the money that you need to get the things that you either need or want. So sharing certain things about yourself on Facebook can be, well, counterproductive. There are, and this is according to the New York Observer, I guess social networks and software that is available for entities, businesses, to scan to see if you are a credit risk based on what you are openly sharing. That can hurt you. You may have ignored me begging and pleading to not share everything about yourself online. This may be one of those things you got to watch out for. You are building a profile about yourself, whether you know it or not, just based on the things that you like and share. And speaking of, I'm looking directly at the article on lockergnome.com, and I'm assuming you are too, since we linked it in the description. I'm going to go ahead and +1 it. It's already been shared on LinkedIn and on Twitter, so I'm going to go ahead and like it on Facebook. Hope you're doing that with everyone. See, it's fine for you to do that. You can share the articles that way. That shouldn't hurt your credit score. In fact, that you're even thinking about this is very important. This is a new trend. Companies using your public data as ways to build you've already built that profile for yourself, but to profile you. It's not just racial profiling. I mean, this is just user profiling based on things that you are sharing and the connections that you make with other people. If you're hanging out with some rather shady characters online and you seem to run in that crowd, someone can make the association, say, you know what, there's a lot of people here that have been arrested for drug dealing. The fact that this guy is their friend, he may be a bigger risk for drug dealing than this guy over here who has friends who collect My Little Pony toys. Not to say that you couldn't be a drug dealer and like My Little Pony toys. There's probably a brony or two who does that. I don't know. My point is, when you're sharing things on Facebook and making these connections with friends, if you don't know who they are and you don't know why you're sharing it, and the profile that you're building up about yourself, if you don't realize that other people can see it and software is intelligent enough to make calculations to tell another company whether or not you are a risk, dude, wake up. Wake up. The old saying was, you are what you eat. Or birds of a feather flock together. Very much in the same vein. This is what we're talking about, people. You can potentially be hurting your ability to get a loan, some student loans. I didn't even mention that. Any kind of loan, anything that would, require an institution to pull a credit score on you, you could be hurting yourself based on what you're doing. You would have no idea. You would have no idea that it even happened. You wouldn't even make that connection, the connections that you've made online and how that would translate into these real-world connections. This isn't just fun and games. Being online, it's not just a toy. The internet and the things that you type and all the rude things that I see in the live comment thread, these things can come back to haunt you. They can. And God willing, for those of you who are rude, they will. I'm giving you fair warning. Take a look at the article. We've outlined exactly how this is happening and potentially how you can protect yourself. There's a reason we're sharing this information. Hopefully you find it valuable enough to share the information with other people. As always, we appreciate the likes, the shares, the tweets, the retweets, and whatever you have to do to get the information from what I'm saying to you to somebody else.